class is now open. I'm going to show you how to paint the wall down to the top of the baseboard. I've already done this whole little section in here. It came out looking really good too. I just used my paint tray with the throwaway paint inserts, and I've got it on a little piece of cardboard because that's metal and I don't want it scratching or marking up the existing floor. I'm not even going to use my craft paper. I'm just going to run out of there, and of course I've got my knee pad on, I got my knee brace on, I got my back support, lumbar support on, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just gonna grab this and pull it over here and get ready to start. Okay, and I'm gonna get you situated over here. I'm gonna try to keep you down kind of low here. Okay. Now I've got the light from outside showing. I don't know how well this is going to show up on video, but I'll do another section of painting after this in the other room and in the bathroom. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing some work in the bathroom, some painting, doing the same thing in the bathroom. And I like using my flat little paint tray here because then I just get just a little bit on there. That's it. I don't need a whole lot. And I'm doing this corner, and when I usually paint the wall up next to the door casings, I'll paint down as far as I can, down this way, and then I just stops. And then when I do the baseboard, I'll come back and finish that. And see, to do that, this is an angled paintbrush, and I just kind of set it on here like that, and I'm getting this tip right in the corner, just at a 45-degree angle, and just wiggle it a little bit and put pressure on it and come up right along that edge. See? Wiggle it and get some on there, and if I need just a little bit more paint, I'm gonna put a little bit more on there. Okay. And do it again, because there's that spray texture on there. When I get out of that corner, now I can go flat like that. See, right in there, there's a little hole where the spray texture was. You just take that and kind of wiggle it and move it. Okay, now there, I got that section right up there, and now I'm just getting a little bit, and I'm gonna go right at that angle like that, 45-degree angle. See, I'm coming up this way, just with the tip. That's why you gotta have a good cut-in brush. Now I'm gonna come across this way a couple times, right at the top. Okay. Now I just clean off my paintbrush so I don't have an edge. Now I can get right down there. See that? Look at that. Now, once I'm out of that corner, I've got a little bit of extra paint on here. Now I'm going to put it on there and kind of wipe off a little bit of it before I go back down there, because I don't want to get too much paint on my paintbrush at any one time down at the bottom, because then I'm going to leave a line like that. So I just take a little bit off, and I still have plenty of paint on the brush to go right along there. And the paint that I just got off of there, I can blend in, because I gotta kind of taper that in to the wall anyways from where the paint roller stopped, right? Like that, wipe it off, and I'm right down there. No paint edge. Now I'm taking that paint, blending it in. Plus, it's also giving me a little bit more on my paintbrush to not create any edge of paint on there, so I can do that. Now I can go back this way, look. And that covers up any little spray texture bits that you might think were missing. That the paint was, you cut in and cut in and cut in, you think, my word, I can still see a couple areas. You got to go the other way, and then that throws over those bumps, you see? And I'm just going to keep going. See, I don't have any craft paper here or anything on the floor. I'm just being careful. I don't have hardly any paint on this brush at all. Okay? And that's why I like going out of the paint tray. You don't have to have any more than that. You're not a professional painter, and you don't want to do this so fast that you're going to get it all over the place. Okay, now I've got it wiped off, and then I can kind of, I've got plenty of paint on there. Okay, now I can go down there. Do that. Grab a little bit more. And this time I'm not going to go down there just yet. I'm just blending in where the paint roller stopped before I go down there. Now I still got enough paint on there to go right down to the edge. And you'll get good at it after a while. The tricky part is if you get any shadow or something, or if the baseboard's been caulked, you got to kind of create your own line down there. See, now I got a lot on there. I'm just gonna blend in the bit above the base, okay, where the paint roller stopped. Now I've got that. I've got plenty on here still. Go right down there. Steady hands. Then you can do it. Okay? That's how I'm going to do this whole room. I'll show you how to do some inside corners in a little bit, but it's kind of how I did that one back over there. Okay? I've got some paint on here. Not a whole lot. I'm not in a big old race or anything. Might not even cut in with that one. I kind of fold that back and forth just a hair so I don't get so much that it's going to drip on the floor. Now I can get some of that off the edge before I go down. See? I'm picking up some right there, cleaning off the edge, going down there to make sure I don't get too much paint on there. You get too much paint on your paintbrush, and then you're going to leave a line, and then that paint is going to go over on top of your baseboard and all that. Boy. And see, I'm just doing that to kind of blend in everything on the wall where I stopped the paint roller from before. See how I'm putting it on there? And I'm getting it on the wall first right there. Now I don't have any on the edges of the paintbrush ends, the bristles. Now I can go right down there. See? Now I'm going to go back this way because I saw just a couple little spots. And if you see a hole, just take it there and wiggle it. And you're putting paint right in that there's a little pinhole there. And I got it right in there, just like that. I've got that little section of base done. That doesn't take very long. I mean, granted, however much baseboard you have, you're gonna, this room and stuff, I'll be in here a couple hours. See, I got to do this bathroom still. And I'll probably show you that because see, there's lots of inside corners in there. And I've got to do this space over here. And I like to go from left to right. If you've seen my videos before, I like to go from left to right when I'm cutting in all the baseboards. That's why I started on this wall, right there at the end of that baseboard from left. I could have started over here on the right and gone all the way over that way to the right. It's a little bit harder, because then you're having to squat and do things a little bit differently. But as it is, I'm good going left to right on there. That's funny. when I'm painting down next to baseboard, and when I'm painting the baseboard, I like to go from left to right. But when I'm painting walls, I like to go from right to left. It's just how I like to do it. I mean, is there a right and wrong way? Whichever way rocks your boat, whichever way makes it easier, feels easier for you. Okay? Try it both ways. Find out which way you like to do it. Do it. And then try to keep doing it the same way. Okay? And you'll get good. You'll get good at it. Okay? You're not gonna be perfect. You're not gonna be perfect, but you're gonna be good enough. And if you think you've gotten too much, I gotta load up and put a little bit more on my paintbrush. If you think you got too much, you can always go back and touch up your baseboard. Okay? It's funny. Sometimes I'll get a wall and I'll have quite a few little oopsies, but then I look on another wall and it looks like, wow, that looks way better than the other one. What gives? Well, that's because the top edge of your baseboard is not always crisp and clean. Depending, you see, I got overage right there, and I've got a wet sponge over here. I think I'm going to take that off.